Hi everybody. Well, you're noticing that the days are just getting that little bit longer and we're looking forward to some of our very good spring and summer fishing. But there's a whole pile of winter to go. So let's get the best of what's out there. Now, as far as the canals are concerned in our local area, there's been a little bit happening down there, some big fish being taken, but as most of you will know, not quite as many as last year. Now this could be quite good. I've been thinking about it. Last year we were having an amazing time, so many fish coming in. But of course, when you look back on it all, it was very, very clear. And right now we've got a few more murky situations, shall we say, with the main canals not looking as good as what they were last year. So from a point of view of a fish, they just don't see the gear as well. Because the visibility might be only sort of that long, which isn't very much, they're just not seeing those eggs coming down like they were last year, where we had amazing visibility. In fact, you could see meters and meters into the water. So bear that in mind. I'm just hoping that the protection that coloured water is giving is actually going to help the fishery. Other than that, we might actually have an issue with this over harvesting, and that's something which of course is not that flash. So we'll all keep an eye on it, and hopefully it'll all come right for us as well. Now you might have seen come through in some of the fishing forums that there's been a clarification on the way that you're allowed to fish eggs, and it's come because there's been a lot of foul hook fish caught. Now I don't know about you, but when I foul hook a fish, I hate it.
So now I'm actually fighting it in the wrong end, which is a real shame because it was in my head perfectly from the start.
I just hate the fight because you haven't got the head, you don't feel you've got control over the fish, and it just annoys me because you're probably going to have to walk a long way. And I'm a wee bit concerned because I have seen a lot of foul hook fish, and some of those foul hookings are due to fishing methods. So Fishing Game have made a point of clarification. If you're going to be fishing an egg, you must have the egg connected to a hook. It must be touching a hook in some way. So you can't have your sort of egg hanging up here and then a sort of a free drifting hook that might go in any particular direction, and a lot of those directions tend to be sort of, shall we say, the aftermouth of the fish. So rather than getting them in the tail and various other places, it's designed to make it more sportsmanlike. And certainly I prefer to catch fish, like I say, by the head, and so that's very good reason for changing it. Now, there's a couple of things I want to talk to you about today, just to help in you saving money on tackle. Most of us know that you can lose a lot of gear if you get into a particularly snaggy area, and so there's been a development, and it's been around for a wee while, on a sinker which drifts but has wire through it. Now the idea is that it stays far more off the bottom and is far less likely to snag. I remember in the old days we used to use little round balls, or we'd use split shot, and that was terrible for snagging. The great thing about this kind of system is that it gives a very good even drift without having too much of the weight on it. So it just works better and you lose less. You just give them a wee bit of a bend to get the very best out of them, and away they go. So we've got those in stock. Love to tell you about it. And if you are in that position, and I've been here so many times, the fish sort of come on and then you do get a snag, and for some reason or other you break off your trace. Isn't it terrible? You got to go and retie all over again. Well, Kel will have come out with a series of trace holders, and what we can do is just wind our pre-rigged trace ready to go. So we're all just have to tie it on, rather than have to go through the whole process of starting all over again, measuring it all out, tying on your three-way swivels, doing all the bits and pieces that you might do. Just makes time more valuable when you're down there. You'll be able to get into your next fish that much quicker. So let's work with those. We've got them in stock. They're not expensive, but they're very, very handy. And remember, it's about efficiencies. When you're going out there trying to catch more fish, you want to be as efficient as you possibly can. That's why I run things like a necklace around my neck, and have all the tools there ready to go. I carry a bag with all the bits and pieces right on my side. I have a net that I wear over my bag. It's got a scale in it. All those things just make it quicker. I've been with people who haven't got that sort of stuff, and something goes wrong, they have to run away to the car or run away to some bag somewhere else and get whatever they require. But if you've got it on you, it just means you're covering more area quicker. You're just getting out there catching more fish, and that's what we're all about. Well, of course, the canals aren't the only place where it's all happening. The lakes have been fishing pretty well, so watch out for a bit of wind. I think it's great when we've got weather lights coming up for this coming week. According to the Met Service, we've got quite a bit of wind coming through. Wind is your friend when you're lake fishing. And if you're doing a bit of work in the likes of Lake Coleridge, or there's a whole pile of other lakes which are also open right through the whole, not only the South Island but the country, get out there when it's windy, because it gives you great cover. And the fish are often feeding where it's slopping around a little bit. Don't be afraid to cast into the wind. It's surprising when the wind is churning up a bit and you've got waves going, it's moving the food around. Remember, trout have got to feed. You don't eat, you die. So you've got to make sure that they have enough to eat, and those sorts of places are often very, very good to get into. But I would certainly be looking at this coming week to do quite a bit of lake fishing in the likes of Lake Coleridge. Get those soft baits out there. I tell you, it's a deadly way to catch fish. Well, that's right, I wasn't supposed to talk about that. I know most people stay with the traditions, but if you put a soft bait out there, you'll be amazed how well that it works if you're doing it. Now, not long before whitebaiting is here, I noticed that we've got a lot more people coming in store, getting their nets repaired or getting prepared for the next season. Remember, it starts on the 15th of August on this side of the hill, which is the eastern side around Christchurch and most of the country. The west coast doesn't start till the 1st of September. So get all your gear out, prepared, ready to go. I tell you, with the warm winter we've had, it's going to be a bumper season, just along with those big trout that are going to come with that bumper season, all right? So we're all optimists here. We're also looking at a whole pile of new gear. It's the time of year where the tackle dealers get showing all the new bait for you guys for next year. And remember, we just have better gear because we want to do one thing, and that is to catch more fish. So come in and see us. We're at 484 Cranford Street, or you can look at us online at CompleteAngler.co.nz, or just ring us up or our Facebook page. There's all sorts of ways of getting in touch.